A single bulb can light a room, but its past casts a shadow most people never see. A simple glass sphere glowing quietly above your head. It brightens your nights, fills your home with warmth, and feels so ordinary that you never stop to question it. But the light bulb, the invention credited with pulling humanity out of darkness, hides a history far stranger, darker, and more controversial than anyone ever told you. A history of stolen ideas, ruthless business tactics, secret cartels, engineered failure, and a conspiracy so bold it changed the lifespan of every product you own today. This is the hidden story of the light bulb, the invention that didn't just illuminate the world, it reshaped it through shadows few people ever noticed. Before the light bulb, darkness wasn't just an inconvenience, it shaped human life. Nights were short, streets were dangerous, work stopped when the sun went down. Most homes relied on candles, expensive, smoky, and easily knocked over. Cities used gas lamps, which leaked explosive fumes and required armies of lamplighters to ignite them every evening. Humanity needed a new way to hold back the night, and dozens of inventors began chasing the same dream. A safe, long-lasting electric light. But here is the part of the story you never learned in school. Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb. By the time Edison entered the race, at least 20 inventors had already created working versions, including Sir Humphrey Davy, Warren de la Rue, and Joseph Swan. Their bulbs glowed. Some even lasted hours, but each had limitations. Edison's true genius wasn't invention. It was domination. He built entire electrical systems, filed aggressive patents, bought out competitors, and used media influence to cement the idea that he alone created the modern bulb. Every student learned his name. Everyone else faded into history. But while Edison was shaping public perception, another problem emerged. Light bulbs were getting too good. Early bulbs often lasted years. Some lasted decades. One bulb, the famous Centennial Light in California, has been burning since 1901. That's not an urban legend. It's still glowing today. If light bulbs could last a century, how do you build a business around selling them? In the 1920s, the biggest lighting companies in the world, including GE, Philips, Osram, and others, formed a secret group known as the Phoebus Cartel. Their mission? Not to make better bulbs, but to make bulbs that failed sooner. They met in Switzerland. They agreed on a standard. Every bulb must burn out at 1,000 hours, far shorter than what technology allowed. Any company caught making bulbs that lasted too long was fined. Yes, fined for making a product too good. This wasn't a myth. It was real, documented, and it became one of the first global examples of planned obsolescence. Designing products to break so customers must buy again. You don't just see the effects of that decision in light bulbs. You see it in smartphones, printers, appliances, even clothing. The modern disposable economy began with one thing: the deliberate weakening of the light bulb. But the story grows darker. To protect their cartel, the companies manipulated industry standards, controlled patents, pressured retailers, and squashed competitors. They created false safety concerns to shut down alternative technologies. They ensured incandescent bulbs remained the default choice for decades. This secret agreement lasted for years, until World War II disrupted the global supply chain and broke the cartel's grip. But by then, the 1,000-hour bulb had become the worldwide norm. Even after the cartel dissolved, companies kept producing bulbs to that same artificially short lifespan. Not because they needed to, but because people were used to replacing them. By the 1970s, new technologies emerged: halogen bulbs, fluorescent tubes, and eventually compact fluorescence. All promised efficiency and longer life, but none escaped controversy. Fluorescent bulbs contained mercury. Early models flickered, hummed, and emitted harsh light that caused headaches. Energy-saving bulbs caught fire or shattered unexpectedly. Every new lighting technology brought promises and hidden trade-offs. Then came LEDs, the modern miracle. Energy efficient, cool to the touch, capable of lasting 20 years or more. And yet, many don't. Why? Because even LED bulbs often include cheap drivers, weak solder joints, and components designed to fail long before the diodes themselves burn out. Not because engineers want that, but because the industry still leans on a century-old business model. Products last long enough to satisfy you, but not long enough to stop you from buying replacements. Even today, regulators, consumers, and engineers debate why LED bulbs often fail after just a few years, despite the fact that the actual LEDs could last a lifetime. But the story of the light bulb isn't just about technology or business. It's about power, literal and political. When electric lighting spread across cities in the early 1900s, governments faced an unexpected problem. Darkness had been a natural limit. Once removed, life stretched into the night. People worked longer, factories ran 24 hours, crime changed patterns, cities pulsed with light, and with it came new social, economic, and psychological effects. Night was no longer a barrier. The world became 24/7. And yet, even as electricity illuminated lives, it also sparked conflicts. Edison, promoting his direct current system, entered a brutal war with Nikola Tesla and George Westinghouse, who backed alternating current. Edison's team staged public demonstrations, electrocuting animals, to make AC seem dangerous. At one point, they even supported using AC in the first electric chair execution, hoping public fear would drive people back to Edison's system. The war of currents wasn't about safety. It was about control of the global electrical grid, and it all centered around one thing. Which system would power the light bulbs of the world? AC won, but Edison's myth survived. Today, we talk about his genius, but rarely the inventors whose ideas he built upon. Rarely the companies that quietly forced bulbs to burn out sooner. Rarely the environmental consequences of a century of disposable lighting. We see the light. We forget the shadows behind it. The light bulb didn't just brighten homes. It transformed nights into days. It reshaped cities, work, sleep, and human behavior. It launched new industries and corrupted others. It symbolized progress and concealed manipulation. And yet, the truth is this: a technology designed to illuminate the world also illuminated something else. The lengths companies will go to control a market, the fragility of invention, and the hidden cost of convenience. So the next time you flip a switch and a bulb glows overhead, pause. That simple glow is not just light, it's history, it's conflict, it's innovation mixed with greed, brilliance mixed with betrayal. It's the legacy of inventors forgotten, companies exposed, and ideas altered for profit. A miracle of science and a monument to manipulation. And that is the light bulb secret you were never supposed to know.